This is the ProPaintball review of the new 2010 Alien Independence marker that was recently released out there at PSP Phoenix. You can see it on used by XSV out there in the PSP and USPL series in the professional division. The gun's been doing really well for them. They have nothing but good things to say about it, and it's quite a statement that a pro team is able to pick up a gun out of the box and go use it on the professional series. So that's a testament in itself. And today we're reviewing the 2010 Alien Independence limited edition chalk marker that was graciously sent to us by Alien and Understood. That being said, this is one of the Understood limited editions, so it comes with a little bit different products than you normally see. One of which is the two-piece CP barrel that's done in a matching platinum chalk dust color, which is nice. This comes with a 693 bore and a standard 14-inch tip, offering you the interchangeability to change whatever bores you want. And CP makes about just every bore and color out of under the sun that you'd want. So that's a little bit nicer than the one-piece barrel that you normally get with one of these guns, which is a nice touch. It's done by Understood. So CP makes great barrels, can't complain there. Good stuff. One of the other things you get, which ProPaintball, here the staff of ProPaintball has been a big fan of, is the Understood Gat Wrap. This is the Gat Wrap. It's a limited edition one that's screen printed with a chalk theme, as you can see there and there, letting people know what's inside and that you're one of those lucky people that managed to pick up one of these guns. This also has the XSV logo, because this is one of the guns that XSV was using, along with the Understood and Alien logos. The Gat Wrap is really a pretty phenomenal product that we like. Its simplicity is at its finest in this thing. It's a neoprene and nylon stitch product with some Velcro enclosures. The Velcro keeps your gun secure in there inside your bag. And once you get inside, it's really nice. It has a tool pocket, like you see here, that's held by Velcro enclosures to hold parts or tools. And the whole thing is really thick padded neoprene, thicker and more padded than anything you'd see in a wetsuit or anything inside of a gear bag. So if you're one of those players that just likes to take their barrel and loader and tank off and just throw your gun inside the bag, it's to keep it a little bit nicer for those sales at the end of the season, to keep you going out there in the field. If you're one of those people that hates scratches and hates your stuff getting dinged up and scratched, highly recommend looking into one of these Understood Gat Wraps. It's a fantastic product, simplicity at its finest, and those guys from Understood are one of the people that make ProPaintball happen as an advertiser on our site. If you have a chance, check it out, understood.com, and go from there. Now let's get into what you get out in the box. Like you said, this is the 2010 Alien Independence marker. They've done a couple different things together, but let's get inside the box. As you can see there, you can see the most important product, which is, of course, the gun. One of the things that Alien does different from just about everyone else is they actually have reached out to aftermarket manufacturers, and rather than making things themselves or remaking products that aren't necessarily better than what other people already do, they reach out to those manufacturers. For instance, on this gun, you get a critical trigger and you get a Tadao board, and it's really just a phenomenal improvement over what you'd see that comes on another stock marker in this price range. Critical makes fantastic products, and Tadao is probably the best board in the industry, hands down, as you talk to any professional player. It comes with many different settings, a great debounce, and great software, and it really is the engine of the gun that makes it run as well as it does. Let's see what else you get inside the box. Of course, you have the marker, foam cutout. Then you have the one-piece 14-inch barrel that you normally get with the gun. This matching anodizing has the Alien Head logo on that, as well as a Mayday engraving because it's the one-piece series. But that's what you get inside the box, which is a nice touch. In this case, the CP barrel is definitely preferable. But let's go inside there. So, let's delve into the gun a little bit. The gun, as you can see here, is pretty standard as far as stack tube guns go, although there is some refined improvements. You get an on-off that's really nice, has two macro fittings that feed inside the reg. The reg has a standard adjustment, which you see right there. It looks to be what is a 1/8 Allen wrench, just the same as a CP reg or anything like that. Screws into the vertical adapter, and then it goes from there. One thing, there's a couple different things going on in this gun that's different from everyone else. Once you get in here, you have the LPR adjustment, which is pretty standard, much like any stack tube marker that's been out there for a while. Auto cocker threads, a very, very, very low profile clamping feed neck, which you can see there. It's almost like inside the gun, so the neck actually reaches into the body, which is a nice touch. The gun is 4-eye compatible, which is pretty cool. One of the refinements that Bob Long and Mac Dev have worked on for some time is making it so that the gun can time when the ball is actually entering the breech versus when it actually seats, which is a beautiful refinement. And then a couple other things going on here, one of which is the sweep system, which you can see inside the bolt face here actually uses a formed insert to control the flow of the air so that it reaches underneath the ball and creates what they refer to as a gyroscopic effect, which induces backspin and basically causes the ball to spin backwards and reach out a little bit farther. Alien markets this as being a little bit longer range, and they offer like a 20% improvement in range if I remember correctly. That being said, we haven't really don't have the capabilities of testing range, so you guys can debate that on your own. Once you get the back into there, it takes a little bit more refinement once we get inside. Basically, inside here, one thing that's a little bit different, which we'll show you in just a moment, is the sealed ram system. We'll break into that in just a second. We'll go through the rest of the features. You have a nice snatch grip right there, the critical trigger, a large trigger frame to allow you lots of space, the Tadao board, along with some thin flat panel grips, which is a nice touch. The grips are very similar to those made by Stinger Paintball. Has a window so you can see the LCD, and pretty much everything else you can need inside the gun and inside the board. Tadao makes a fantastic product. I think you can see also one of the people that makes ProPaintball happen, so we're very happy to support them and very happy to see the Alien went with them as a choice. It has all the different profiles you can need, all the different modes, and of course you can update it via USB if you have one of the Yakuza boards. Okay, now breaking into really the heart and soul of the gun. One of the things that makes the Alien such a unique marker from all of its peers is two things. Number one, the sealed rammer system, and number two, the sweep bolt. One of the things that's so unique about this gun is, of course, the sweep bolt, which, like we discussed prior, induces gyroscopic spin onto the ball. And beyond that, the sealed ram. The sealed ram is actually an innovation that Jack discussed with me at PSP Phoenix, which I think is a pretty cool thing. Number one, it basically takes all the real nitty-gritty of the gun and breaks it up into one small package. Like you said, this is an SMC solenoid that actually runs on a pretty low pressure, which is nice. It a quick disconnect hose fitting, and of course the ram of the gun, which comes with a bumper there, and then of course seals it off from from a dirt or anything else, debris getting into the marker. One of the things that's so cool about this is that if you take a look, of course, you have the bumper on the front of the ram, the standard stainless steel ram like you'd find in many of other guns, including the Ego or Bob Long guns or anything like that. The notch where the bolt fits into. But one of the things that's unique about this gun is that rather than the solenoid blowing air in front of the ram to return it, or in back of the ram to blow it forward, is that it actually moves those ports and moves them backwards. So the solenoid is blowing directly on the ram, which is of course a faster arrangement as well because the air doesn't have to travel so far. But basically it stops it, so rather than having to blow the air all the way up here in front of the ram to return it, it takes those parts and moves them back here into the sealed system. What this does is it stops actually dirt or anything else, and as you can see in here, when it fits into here, there's no possible way for debris or anything else to fall into the marker, which is a pretty cool advancement for those of you guys that like the closed bolt guns. I should say enclosed bolt like the Lux or any other the Mark or anything like that. So it's pretty cool. Beyond that, it allows for a little bit longer life of the O-rings because there's no sand or grit or anything else or any debris that can fit in there. And it's pretty neat, and it's something that's different that this marker has. I'm a really big fan of this system. It's pretty cool, and it basically extends the life of your gun and makes it shoot a lot smoother because the air doesn't have to travel so far, which means it's running at a lower pressure, allowing for a smoother shot, and it's a pretty cool enclosed system. To be able to get at this, basically you have to do is unplug it from the circuit board here, drop the rear screw, and then drop the frame a little bit to pull it off. From here, it's actually kind of neat. If you need to, you can plug the hose in and actually diagnose this by itself, see if the solenoid's working, and it'll actually move back and forth when you plug it into the air, which is pretty cool. So as a diagnostic system when you're in the pits or whatever else, you can check that if you need to, and it's a pretty valuable feature. Very cool thing, and I really commend Jack Rice and Alien Crew for thinking that up. I think it's something that most stack tube markers can actually look forward to, and something they should look into incorporating. It's pretty cool, and it's very unique to this gun. So kudos to Alien and the guys there. Like I said, it is a fairly low pressure marker compared to anything like that. The LPR is running very low. I remember, if I remember correctly, Jack said around 50 psi, which is a far step from other markers that run in the 90 to 100 psi range. And it's pretty cool all around. It allows for a very smooth shot for the players coming from the Matrix or Lux crowd that are looking for something that is a little more efficient than the guns they have now, yet it's still very robust and allows it for the abuse that those guns can take. So that being said, we'll take this thing outside and see how it does, and basically max it out, see how fast it can go. So thank you for watching, and tune into the shooting.